What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here. I'm sorry I'm a little late with the video today. Unfortunately, I had some stuff come up and I'm running a little bit behind in terms of filming stuff and getting stuff up for the week. But I wanted to do a quick sort of champion spotlight, I guess, for Myceliac Priest Orn. And I know that you guys have probably seen a ton of these, but I don't think a lot of people are maybe realizing why he's such a good champion. A lot of people have seen videos from like Hell Hades and stuff doing it with like the best of the best gear to farm Ice Golem 25 or 24, you know, and things like that. And I think that a lot of people are missing out on where Myceliac Priest Orn is so good. And that is for the brand new player. Getting one Myceliac Priest Orn was relatively simple for a brand new player, because realistically just doing a few things, a few of the events like an artifact enhancement or a champion training and your arena battles, doing those small things, you're easily able to pick up 4 Pathfinder Kates, and with just a little bit of investment into the potion dungeons, you know, you're able to get them leveled up and get yourself a Myceliac Priest Orn. Now, obviously, I know it's a little late for me to make this video and be like, go do it because it's over, but I'm hoping that quite a few people did, and I want to show why I think this is very powerful. So this is a friend of mine's account. It is Rescue Penguin here. We've been friends for a long time, IRL, so we have similar names in a lot of the games that we play, but he just came back to the game pretty recently, actually. He's only on day 58 right now of being logged in, and he's only been back for, I want to say, about 2 weeks, give or take, just a little bit. So he's still incredibly new to the game, really kind of feeling out what the game is about. I've been kind of helping him along his path. You'll see his account is very, very new. He doesn't have a lot of very crazy things. He did get pretty lucky and did pull a Sisia and a Lanothril during with some summons, and he does have some pretty good, you know, epics that he's picked up along the way, you know, such as Skull Crown, Doom Priest, Tyrell, you know, lots of pretty decent ones. Stag Knight's a good one too, so some pretty decent, you know, free starting stuff that he's gotten just from playing the game. And one of the things he did was he was trying to decide if he should go for the Morrigan fusion, because if you don't know this, an early game player will get the fusion, and it's typically slightly easier than a person who's been playing for a decent amount of time. And so there was a good chance that he would actually be able to pick up Morrigan. However, once we found out that it was a traditional style fusion where you actually have to fuse up the Pathfinders and stuff, it became a little more out of reach. And so him and I were discussing it, and we kind of both thought, you know, probably best to just go ahead and get, you know, the Myceliac Priest Orn, because I think it'll help a lot with your dungeon progression. And that was kind of the decision that he ended up going with based off of some help from me. So he went ahead and did that, and he built this Myceliac Priest Orn. You'll see that he did get him fully booked. And he actually did get pretty lucky and got a blessing on him. I'm not sure if this would be the blessing that I would choose. I didn't realize he actually had gotten this. I'm kind of curious which one might be better. I feel like there's probably a better option here. Like maybe Miracle Heal to make this a little more successful, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if any of these would be better, but either way, this is what he has currently. I might have to talk to him about swapping this blessing out, because I'm not sure Faultless Defender is the best one. I mean, it is a decent damage reduction, but I feel like the heal might be slightly better because he does heal himself very, very regularly. So we'll have to look, though. And you will see that he does have masteries, and he's built as a typical, like, you know, solo champion, right? You've got Spirit Haste, all that jazz, the Kill Streak. Where's the other one? There's another one here. Here it is. Yeah, increased damage for each dead ally. So he's got quite a few of those, you know, soloing masteries going on. And this is the thing I guess want you to pay attention to. If you look at this gear, this is the starting regen set that you get from logging in on your second week of the game. right? You get this starting regen gear for logging in on your way to picking up your Jizo. And I think that that's the thing that's really important, is that this gear is garbage. I mean, it's really bad, right? It's 4-star gear. The stats, he rolled attack percent, right? This one, he's got a decent spread, but flat defense, right? No HP percent. Here we've got, a really good roll, triple speed. We've got some HP defense, but again, it's still a 4-star piece. This one, we do have HP percent, but then we have a flat HP, a flat attack, crit damage, and 1 defense roll, which is nice. And then we have this speed boot, which is actually pretty good. It's a 4-star piece, but it is speed, and it does have HP percent and defense percent, so it's a pretty decent piece for him. But then we've got this atrocity that is these gauntlets. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have any better gear. So this is, I think, a perfect scenario for, when you are starting the game of the level of gear that you have access to. Now, he has gotten pretty lucky and is able to farm Spider, so he's actually got some pretty decent accessories here. They're not crazy, no 6 stars, nothing like that, but they're pretty good. Like, this is actually a very good ring. We've got 10% defense, 11% HP, and it's an HP ring. Here we've got HP ring with triple accuracy roll, very good. Unfortunately, we don't have any accuracy banners, but it does have a lot of speed. So overall, this build is decent, right? He's got quite a bit of HP, quite a bit of defense, some okay speed. He's lacking on accuracy, which is where we're missing. So obviously, if we could pick up an accuracy banner and keep, similar levels of speed, I think we'd be in a better spot. But ultimately, I mean, this gear is really, really bad, right? It's really bad. And that's one of the things that I want to pay attention. This is the type of gear you get when you start playing the game. However, this gear has still allowed him to do some pretty insane things. So we're going to go over here and we're going to go to Minotaur. You'll see he already has stage 15 on farm. And that's kind of what I want to show you, is we're going to go in with this team, and Myceliac Priest Orn is able to solo this most of the time, right? There are some situations where he's not able to do it. Occasionally things will happen and, he'll fail. But for being this new to the game and having a champion that's able to solo things is very, very powerful. Most of this does rely on poison sensitivity and the poison, so that's where you're going to get a lot of the damage. But you'll see here, Frozen Banshee, although built, dies in this first wave. I think occasionally she makes it through to the second wave, but she's typically blocked, or doesn't have the ability to actually do much. So really, she dies so quickly, she's not actually adding much to the team. So realistically, this is completely soloed by Myceliac Priest Orn. Now, it is a very long run, right? It is slow. But being a free-to-play player or being a very light spender, it's okay to be slower than normal as long as you're getting value for the energy and the resources that you're using. So I wouldn't really care too much if this took 5-10 minutes, because with RSL Helper or with multi-battles, you can run this overnight and you're going to regen energy while the run is going. So you're actually going to be able to get a little bit more success when you're not playing. You're using less gems overnight. So obviously, if you're spending and you have a lot of gems, you want to go as fast as possible because you just want to get it done. But when you're a free-to-play player or a casual player, having a champion like Myceliac Priest Orn that can solo these dungeons and make it so you're getting more experience for your characters while also, farming the gear in Dragon, for example, or Ice Golem, it's very, very powerful. And I think that Myceliac Priest Orn is one of those champions that, even with very terrible gear in this early game, he's able to do this. And I think that that's what makes him so good. So obviously we're on to the Minotaur here, and there's a couple parts of this fight that get a little scary, like that second wave with the Cold Heart. Occasionally he's going to get frozen with no turn meter, and he gets really low, but he hasn't failed in the couple of runs that I have watched him go. Penguin did tell me that there was a couple times where he has failed, but it's very rare that it actually happens. And he's also actually using Myceliac Priest Orn in Dragon as well to farm stage 18, which is insanity, to me, being, less than 60 days in, and that first 30, 45 days was played suboptimally. He didn't really know what he was doing when he came back to the game. He had very weird champions built, and they were built very weird. And so, and that's how every person is, right? When you come to a new game, you don't really know what you're doing, and so, you're building the champions the way they need to be built, and that maybe isn't the best way to build them. And so, being able to come in and really and basically start over kind of fresh, just with some extra summons, basically, and be able to have a solo Minotaur champion has been phenomenal for him. So as you see there, we were able to do it. It was a 3-minute run, about 3 minutes, which is about the average, and we never really had a situation where we thought we were going to die. And so this is where I want to show next. So he's currently trying to progress in Dragon. We want to be able to get him up as high as possible. 20 would be nice, but unfortunately Myceliac Priest Orn is negative affinity versus 20. And so that becomes a little bit more difficult. So this is the kind of team that he's running at the moment. And it's not soloing per se, right? Because you have other champions in it, but the other champions in it aren't really doing much. There's a lot of things you could do to change this, but with the gear that he has access to, he does need to bring some other things around. But you'll see, like, Kale did almost nothing there, right? That was his big nuke, and he barely touched them. So we do have some help from these characters, but they die pretty early on, and most of it is soloed by Orn. And I think that that's one of the things that's very, very powerful with this champion, is that he's able to come in here, and as these characters die, they can provide a little bit of support, but as they die, he's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and be able to do more, make the run more efficient. Now, Dragon is one of the places where he does fail occasionally, and that is because he is lacking accuracy, which, like I said, once we were to get him an accuracy banner with similar speed levels, really just an accuracy banner, even with no speed, is probably better, I think, for him in this situation, because he's currently only at around that 100 accuracy mark, so he's missing a lot of poisons, and so because of that, the Dragon will not die fast enough. He'll get several breaths off, and eventually Myceliac Priest Orn can't quite handle all of that. So it kind of comes down to, do we land the poisons or not, which obviously this is a very long run. It takes a while, but you will see that we are able to clear it. And I think that this is a huge benefit for a new player. So if you are a new player in that maybe first 3 months, and you don't currently have a Dragon team that can push higher than maybe 13, somewhere around there, and you did get a Myceliac Priest Orn, whether it be from summoning or from the fusion event that just happened, I would highly recommend building Myceliac Priest Orn, because he just is, in my opinion, that good. But I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of this run. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We have done really amazing work on the channel so far. I know I'm coming back into the YouTube game, and I've got a lot of work to do. But having the last couple videos I put out, some of them hit over 1,000 views, has been really awesome. Thank you so much to the community. Make sure to check out the last video I did for the giveaway. We're doing that here soon, and make sure to go do all that stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of this Dragon run with Myceliac Priest Orn, and decide if you want to build him. And in the comment section down below, let me know, did you get him? Do you want to build him? How are you building him? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. just realized my mic was off. But what I was saying is that even though we failed, you can see that there's a lot of potential. It was very close, and getting that last little bit of accuracy is going to be the difference between being able to beat this boss and not beating this boss. But guys, like I said, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.